think you niggas should really fuck with me. The gun off me urgently, working it, twerking it perfectly. Circle the block, I'm like fuck it, I'm busting, I'm cussing, I'm like fuck 'em, I buck 'em, I buck 'em, I buck 'em.
I seen a list for the top 10 rappers, these dudes is foolish. Tell me who was writing this clueless. Who you know is coolest? Women like, ooh, it's Gillie. Legend round Philly like Julius Irving. Swerving, all up in that new whip. White on white Benny, look like Cool Whip. Stay away from homies with the loose lips. Used to run around wild, 2/5 smart enough. 1 gun, 2 clips.
I'm a shark in the water, yeah, I swim with the big, so I don't have time to deal with Willie the squid. Look, lily pad, homies, look at the monster, man. You don't wanna crash like La 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 Bamba, yeah. God damn it, Wayne Carter, you can stun her in his mouth. What you, Birdman daughter? You mention the kid and you know Philly way hard. You ain't Birdman Jr., silly, you Gillie Jr. Ask around the town, I cover the order. If you the fireman, then I'm a cold bucket of water. Splash, I cool you down as fast as you heat it up. Cause you ain't even you just Gillie, repeat it up, speed it up. I'm 2-seated up, outside white, inside tan and brown. Shorty use a hand-me-down, stunner old crib, stunner old whips. You even wife Trina, that stunner old bitch.
What a heck of an intro, man. I've been waiting to do this video for months and months, and finally I have gotten to it. This is actually a fan requested video. People have been telling me I need to do a video about Wayne. I have another Wayne video coming soon, just to let y'all know. But yeah, people are like, do a behind the classic on the Carter 2, do a documentary on Wayne, yeah, and stuff like that, and yeah. I'm interested in that Carter 2 video though, even though my personal favorite Carter might be Carter 4, but hey, you know, like, that's just me. But I grew up on that album and my mom would play that all the time. That album is truly underrated. But back to the subject at hand. We have Gillie the Kid versus Lil Wayne. Surprisingly, I haven't seen a whole lot of videos on their beef, and it's kind of surprising because I feel like the story behind it is really interesting. And on top of that, the diss tracks that we got from it were super hard and hilarious at the same time. I'm mainly talking about Gillie being hilarious. Like, that dude is a nut. But yeah, I've been wanting to do this video for a minute, and the idea came from watching the $1 Million Worth of Game episode where they had Whack 100 on, and go see that episode if you haven't. Gillie was wilding out on Whack. Prior to that video, I don't think I even heard of Gillie writing for Wayne, and I didn't really think nothing of it, because to me, Wayne is like the GOAT. Like, I grew up on Wayne heavy. I can vividly remember the Carter 3 and Carter 4 era of Wayne and all that. Before that, not so much because I was so young. But then I saw a video of Gillie's cousin Wallow. Like, he posted a clip of Gillie on his Instagram rapping in 2004, and I was shocked. I was like, why is Gillie rapping like Wayne? And then I thought about it, and I pondered, and I asked myself, I was like, wait, did Gillie actually write for Wayne? I was like, what? And then I thought, wait, if he didn't write for Wayne, that flow was very similar, okay? You know what? I'm just about to play a couple clips that I found from Gillie from way back in the day, and I'll let y'all be the judge of that. I want to tell y'all, the question of did Gillie write for Wayne is a I don't know for me, even after doing research for this video. But here's some clips I'll show you of Gillie rapping.
Nigga, what they talking, I choke, I'ma come out of the waist with the lock and it's caution tape. Ha! Get shorty, you coughing and often you catch me blowing hazy in the XLR. Sparkling nigga, clip in the fold, got the pistol in my lap, bricks hitting in the floor. Hustler on the ground, who wantin' to score? I'm too smooth, police stop hunting the ball. Most niggas be frontin', lie in front of they boys, then behind closed doors be really loving these whores. I just came to spit what's on my mind. Wallow doing 20 and Spado got some time. And I got a stay with a full clip and I'm eager to pull quick, cause Rucky got killed on some bullshit. I'm from the streets, that's all I know, man. My faith in Allah, don't put my faith in no man. Until the day I die, I get high, nigga spin it like I printed, nigga know my slogan. I had to leave one nigga smoking. He wrestled me with the gap, thought he was Hulk Hogan. Blood in the streets, I dropped him right there. Bullets in his fleece, all in his rock wear. It ain't stopping there. I stood over top of him, went to the dome, had to send the coward home, get it right.
That's the video from 2004, and after I saw that, I didn't know what to think. The beginning of the clip where he came in and started flowing really made me question myself. Like in my Rockefeller video, I talked about how people accused Jay-Z of biting young Chris in the Philly style, but it didn't hurt me as much as this Lil Wayne Gillie situation, because like I really grew up on Wayne, and obviously if someone wrote for you, like I gotta like lose some sort of respect for you as a lyricist, not as an artist. People were like, Kanye don't really write, blah blah blah, but I would never put Kanye in that conversation as the best lyricist. He goes in the conversation of the best rap artist or just artist. I think that Wayne is the most influential rapper of all time, without a doubt, and it's not even close. This whole new generation are kids of Lil Wayne. Whether you think he changed rap for better or worse, here's the other clip I found of Gillie in here. I'm about to play it.
I take the cocaine, add a little propane. I don't play no hope games, all about the dope, man. It come back so good, the fiends burn their whole brain. They get the wiggling and shaking like on Soul Train. But this ain't Don Canillas, I bomb the realest. No question how I ride, how I stand. 20 niggas with beards and choppers like the Taliban. Running around, scrambling, throwing bullets like Donovan. McNabb, click, clack, get back, or get your shit splat. All over the streets, I'm all over these beats. I'm like a beast all over you, freak.
Before I get more into the video, I would first like to thank you guys for coming to see this, because you guys can be doing a million other things right now, but you're here with me and I appreciate that. If you guys like the content, you guys should like, comment, and subscribe to help the channel grow. I reply to all the comments and I love going through them and seeing what you guys think. Also, follow my Instagram too. That would be greatly appreciated. You guys can DM me some video ideas or just show me some love. Comment down below whether you think Gillie the Kid wrote for Lil Wayne or not. Or if you don't think he wrote for Wayne, do you think Wayne at least adopted a similar flow and style to Gillie, or what people refer to as the Philly flow? Also, let me know where you're tuning in from. Represent where you're from. This video is to spark a conversation in the hip hop community. Like I told y'all, I don't know and I'm on the fence. Let's just say I'm up for debate on either side, and maybe you guys can convince me one way or the other in the comments. I did a poll on my channel and I asked you guys if Gillie wrote for Wayne, and majority of the people who answered said yes. Alright, let's get into the backstory of Gillie and Wayne. Before Cash Money, Gillie was an up-and-coming rapper out of Philadelphia. Shout out to Philly, by the way, man. I have quite a few people that have shown me a lot of love from Philly, and I appreciate that. Keep on supporting. And before Gillie would release some solo work, he was a part of the group Major Figures, who was making some real noise in Philly with their track Yeah That's Us, which reached #2 on the US rap singles chart. I know that the group was actually supposed to have a deal with Rockefeller, but that didn't really go through, and the whole State Property versus Major Figures beef is a story for a whole other day. Basically, how Gillie explained it was originally Major Figures was supposed to sign to Rockefeller, but the deal wouldn't go through because of money concerns. Gillie said that they would have to sell a stupid amount of records to make some money because there were 7 members in the group. When Major Figures passed on the deal, Rockefeller wanted to keep the money they received, so they assembled State Property, and the rest is history. Also, on The Breakfast Club, Gillie and Wallow would allude to Jay-Z blackballing Gillie, but hey, like we'll get into that a little bit later. The group did independently release their album Figures for Life, which then led to a deal with Rough Nation Records / Warner Bros. Records. Members of the group were already doing solo deals, or after this they was doing solo deals, but Gillie the Kid originally signed to Suave House Records, and then he would later sign to Cash Money Records. Now, Lil Wayne before the Carter One was a part of the group The Hot Boys, with members Juvenile, BG, and Turk. The Hot Boys had a nice run. their debut album in 1997, Get It How You Live, will peak at number 37 on the Billboard Top R&B Album chart in 1997. Then, their next album, Guerrilla Warfare, in 1999, peaked at number 5 on the Billboard 200 chart, selling 142,000 copies in its first week. Literally the month after Guerrilla Warfare, Lil Wayne would drop his debut album, The Block Is Hot, which peaked at number 3 on the US Billboard 200 chart, selling 229,000 copies in its first week. Wayne followed it up with Lights Out in 2000, pretty much almost 2001 because it dropped in December of that year, and then he dropped 500 Degrees in 2002. Now, no pun intended because I just said 500 Degrees. But I'm asking the audience to let me know what the temperature of Lil Wayne was before the Carter. Like I said, I did that poll, but did y'all think that he was good, bad, or average? Let me know because I can't really speak for how Wayne was viewed in that time period. Now, let's get to how the Gillie and Wayne situation started. So we all know Gillie once upon a time was on Cash Money Records, but as we know now, he never really got a fair shake to release some solo music. So the work he mainly did was writing. In his own words, Gillie said that he wrote a lot of stuff for that company, and that's something that I can believe he did during that time. I don't think people really contest that. It's just that when we start talking about him writing for Wayne, that's when it starts to be a question. Here's a clip of Gillie discussing what happened.
How many songs you think you wrote for Lil Wayne?
How many songs I wrote for Cash Money total, man? They ain't just that. They ain't focusing on Wayne. It's Cash Money, man. Baby, his
Run it
bitch
down. How
ass,
many
hoe ass
who you wrote
nigga.
songs for? Run it down.
I never did nothing for Manny Fresh, man. Shout out to Manny Fresh, man. Real nigga, man. He really motherfucking the heart of Cash Money. That's how you know they some ignorant, stupid ass niggas anytime you can let the motherfucking brains of Cash Money lead. Motherfucking Stunner and Slim ain't make it go around, nigga. Manny Fresh will make it go around, nigga. You hear me? Shout out to Juvenile. Everybody from Cash Money that left, I'm still cool with. BG, Mac 10. Come on, man. Boo and Gotti, Mickey TQ. Shout out to all them niggas, man.
Cats know about the Lil Wayne situation.
He's a fake, a phony. We gonna show the chinks in his armor, the holes in his story. He ain't a real nigga. And he dissed me. And I reached out to him, and he didn't reach back. True story or false story?
Stop calling my fucking phone, too. I don't want to talk to you.
Chain on in the video.
We don't want to talk to
This one right here, yeah, this chain on right here in the video. Huh? Gil, let me borrow your shit. No album out, none of that. My shit was a little big at the time, yeah. Since Stunner gave you a little money, you stepped your shit up, though. I got 3 more of these, though. All right. Look at it. 1,096 diamonds, man. Shit ain't about nothing, man.
So how did you hear about the diss? How did you hear that he...
Nigga called me, said, yo, you and Lil Wayne beefing? I said, no. Why would we be beefing? He said, man, sound like he dissed you. I said, no, man, I blew that shit off. Another nigga called me, blew that shit off. Third nigga called me. I just so happened to been picking a nigga up from New Orleans. Know what I'm saying? From the airport. So when the third nigga called me, I hung up. I said, yo, man, that's the third nigga that called me, told me Lil Wayne got a track out dissing me. My nigga from New Orleans said, oh, yeah, I heard that, yeah. Yeah, tell me exactly what he said and everything. So that's when I knew it was official.
Gillie, man, I don't think you niggas should really fuck with me. The gun off me urgently, working it, twerking it perfectly.
The whole period when the nigga Wayne was getting his shit together, I was there.
Oh, there you go.
Fuck Weezy.
When I got there, it was like wobbly, 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 drop it like it's hot.
Yeah, nigga,
And then what
Then when I left, it was for fucking with the bull. Hey, we all from Philly, right? How many times we heard bull growing up?
We might have invented it.
How many times they heard? How many times?
Even as Easters.
How many times they heard bull out in New Orleans? It was what's up, Bo?
What's up?
Say, Bo. All right.
Gillie is quoted as saying, I penned a lot of stuff. They had me around there. Stunner gave me $200,000 when I signed. They were so in a rush to get me into a deal, they didn't do the publishing right there on the spot. They just wanted to get me ink. Soon as they got me ink, then they wanted to discuss the publishing. Once they didn't want to give the money I was asking for my publishing, then it was a problem. I had talks and sit downs with Wayne. He didn't even know what publishing was, and so I started seeing what was really going on around here. They just wanted me to play the background, pen some stuff, give me a check, pen some stuff, and give me a check. So that's what I did, got my money situation right and skated. I've heard Gillie say something similar like this recently when he was on the Breakfast Club with Wallow, and he said that he had an interaction with Wayne when he was on Cash Money. In Gillie's words, when he was talking to Wayne, Lil Wayne said, "I just know if I go gold, I get gold money, and if I go platinum, I get platinum money." Bruh, like, yo, if this is true, this is hilarious, bruh. This is hilarious. Platinum money? I'm sorry, but yeah, I could totally see Wayne saying that in his voice, but but allegedly Gillie told Wayne what a publishing check was because freaking Wayne did not know. But Gillie was looking around at the label and noticing things like, for example, he was wondering why at the time Lil Wayne's manager was a part of the label. Gillie said that was a conflict of interest, and Wayne obviously ignored it. Like, I know y'all heard stories of them artists who get people to look at their contracts, and turns out the people that are looking at their contracts are actually being paid by the label. Like, stuff is crazy. But Gillie really messed up a lot of stuff because he was trying to smarten people up on the music game, and they were starting to notice that they weren't really getting paid like that, and that their stuff was messed up. They was getting jerked. Pause on that though, but y'all know what I mean. But now, according to Gillie, after he left Cash Money, everything was cool and he wasn't going to say nothing. But one day he would hear rumblings from his homies that Lil Wayne dissed him on a song. That song turned out to be Problem Solver, and I played it at the beginning of the video. You can hear clear as day, he said Gillie's name. Gillie is quoted as saying, "Wayne's a fraud. I never was really with bringing none of that stuff to the light, except for when the dude dissed me. He got a record where he say my name and that I don't want it, that he gonna do this and gonna do that. I didn't even feel though that was real, you feel what I'm saying? So I called and reached out to that dude. The dude didn't even reach back to me, you feel what I'm saying? So I felt disrespected. So I felt like, F you, dude. The whole time I was at Cash Money, I ain't even did nothing but try to help you. Now you gonna take a cheap shot at a dude?" First, I just thought like that was the dumbest thing he could possibly do, knowing I know what I know. Like, why? What sense does that make? There's also a story of Lil Wayne being asked about Gillie on the set of Lil Wayne's video for the song Shooter, which ended up being on the Carter 2. I guess allegedly Lil Wayne acted like he didn't know who Gillie was at all. Problem Solver came out in early 2006, I believe, and Gillie didn't drop the song over the Cannon beat that I also played in the beginning until like late 2006. In 2007, Wayne released his The Drought 3 mixtape, and on 2 songs off of the tape called Live from 504 and Blooded, he sent more shots at Gillie the Kid. The Rhapsody clip I played of Wayne at the beginning where he rhymed and said Willie the Squid is what he said about him on Live from the 504. But on Blooded, Wayne said, "I advanced my flow and they must like that. They like it so much. They say they write that. Barking at the dog, but I don't bite back. I ain't CPR. I ain't bringing their life back." Jesus, like, I ain't even gonna lie, like, that was hard. Like, I can't even play with you, but like later on that year, Gillie responded with the Frontin' Like Your Daddy song over the Stuntin' Like Your Daddy instrumental. But besides all the other stuff Gillie said in the song, with some of it being hilarious, that what we doing stacking figures, what they doing kissing, you know, the rest of the rhymes, like, besides some of the other stuff in the song, Gillie said that he read the article of King magazine with Lil Wayne in it. Now, I was pretty much done with this video, but then I noticed I needed more of Wayne's perspective. So I looked up this article, and Wayne was asked about the Gillie accusations. I even put up the article in the description so you guys can read it yourself. But Wayne was asked about Gillie, and Wayne refuted the accusations. First, Wayne told the interviewer that he's recorded notebook free as of the Carter, which means Wayne records in 4-bar spurts, punching in and out over the course of the session. No paper, no ghostwriting. Wayne then says, "The dude said I was there, Carter 1, Carter 2, all the Stunner albums. So is you, so is weed, cocaine, Patron, the girls, you know how much stuff was there. Then Wayne notes that Gillie's accomplishments or lack thereof don't support his claim. Wayne said, MFers considering me the best. You got 6 mixtapes out. No one's considering for nothing. Why you ain't spit Wayne stuff on yours then? What kind of dude can write for another dude and sound better than they self? Who the F is you, Neo? Bruh, like, Wayne was violating, bro. Wayne was violating Gillie, man. Then the interviewer asked Wayne if Gillie contributed any ideas or lines at all to his projects. Wayne would say, nah, sir. My daddy been buried since I was 14, and I put that on his soul. As Pac said, where the ladies lead, the fellas will follow. I used to write raps as if I was talking to a girl. You gotta make a woman understand. Now, I feel like Wayne has some strong points, but the only one I have to question is when he said, what kind of dude can write for another dude and sound better than they self? Now, surface level, that sounds true, but let me give y'all an example of a ghostwriter. Sci-Hi the Prince. And mind you, I respect Sci-Hi, like, to the fullest. Can someone name me a Sci-Hi the Prince hit song? Like I'm talking about hit song, like it was top 40 on Billboard, and like, you know, or just like in this case, can you even name me a Sci-Hi the Prince solo song, like just him at all? Alright, but we know Sci-Hi has wrote some stuff for Kanye and Travis Scott for sure, not to mention some other stuff, but we know that Sci-Hi has went on to write some stuff that went on to become hits. So I get what Wayne was trying to say, but I think that Sci-Hi example kind of negates that, because for him, for his music career, he doesn't have any hits, solo hits, like just by himself. But him writing for people, like he's done way better writing for people than his own career. And like still, like Sci-Hi is still dope with the bars, but that's just the example that I'm trying to give. Well, we can also use Sean Garrett as an example. Sean Garrett did music, but he did way better as a ghostwriter. So check out his writing credits, because Sean Garrett has some crazy stuff in his writing credits. But enough of that though, let's get into the last part of the video. As we know today, after the first installment in the Carter series, Lil Wayne went on to have huge success. Throughout the years, Wayne would drop classic verses, freestyles, mixtapes, and albums, and at one point, he really was the best rapper alive, no debate at all. He would release the Carter 2 in 2005, which peaked at number 2 on the US Billboard 200 chart, selling 240,000 copies in his first week. But Wayne followed it up with the Carter 3, which dropped in 2008, and Lil Wayne finally got his first solo #1 album. The Carter 3 would be a massive, and when I say massive, I mean massive success, with first day sales of approximately 423,000 copies and first week sales of over 1 million copies. Wayne was on another level and on top for real. And then after the Carter 3, we know that Wayne dropped 2 projects that, you know, for the sake of this video, we're not really gonna talk about those 2 projects, you know, but just, I mean, yeah, I think we just gonna skip over those 2 projects. But Wayne would drop the Carter 4 in 2011, which peaked at #1 on the US Billboard 200 chart, selling 964,000 copies in this first week. After 4 came the long wait for the Carter 5, and man, that story has been told so many times, so I don't really want to bore y'all with that, but many of y'all already know Lil Wayne had issues with Birdman, and we'll get into that a little later. Gillie was doing his thing, dropping mixtapes throughout the years, and he even had a song that was a success called Get Down on the Ground in 2008. Besides all of that, in that very song, there is a pocket that Gillie hit that pretty much sounds exactly like Lil Wayne. Literally close your eyes at the part where Gillie starts to flow with, you see me in my cardigan frames and my 7 jeans sagging. Like that part where he hits that flow and cadence, or how he said that, you can hear that's how Wayne would flow. But obviously, Gillie did not become a big star in the music industry after Cash Money. Throughout the years growing up, I heard his name, but I didn't really pay much attention to him. I know he was big out in Philly, but I'm from the Midwest, so like it's a big difference. I think Gillie really blames him not really getting big because he got blackballed in the industry. By who, might you ask? Well, it can be by multiple people, but one such person that he's talked about blackballing him was Jay-Z. He's talked about it on multiple occasions. He's talked about it on The Breakfast Club and the 3rd episode of the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast. After the whole Major Figures and Rockefeller deal went sour, allegedly, Jay told Gillie that he was going to make it real hard for him. Gillie even told a story. Keep in mind, he didn't say any names at the time, but years later, you can completely tell he's completely talking about Jay-Z and Dame Dash. But anyways, he said Dame brought girls in the studio when Gillie was with Major Figures, and Dame was basically saying, if you mess with us, then these are the type of girls you could get, blah blah blah, etc. And Gillie took it as disrespect because he felt Dame and them were trying to persuade him and Major Figures with a lifestyle and girls, but they already had a lot of that stuff already, according to Gillie. The watches, the cars, etc. Then Gillie would give out 2 other stories like that when he was about to drop the Cannon remix and DJ Drama was acting funny. Drama originally told Gillie that he was a DJ and didn't really care about picking sides, but Birdman and them put that pressure on him, and then all of a sudden he doesn't want to put out the Cannon record with Gillie on it. And then to DJ Khaled, Gillie dropped Get Down on the Ground, and it was a hot record. Khaled told Gillie that it was hot, and then Gillie would ask Khaled to show him some love for that record, and then Khaled started acting weird about it. He asked Gillie if he was still beefing with Wayne, and Gillie would reply, what does that have to do with anything? People were scared to work with Gillie because of the whole Wayne thing. I didn't really pay attention to Gillie or these ghostwriting accusations until years later when I watched the episode of $1 Million Worth of Game with Whack 100. I know Gillie has done an interview where he said that the beef with Wayne was artificial and was just rap, but I've also seen people say that Gillie said that he didn't write for Wayne, which after doing all this research, I don't think that I saw something that said that he actually said that. I know on The Breakfast Club, he tried to downplay it at first, but then like 5-10 seconds later, he heated up and then he explained the whole Wayne situation. And Gillie pointed to the Cannon remix song and he asked what lie did he tell in that song. Gillie said Lil Wayne kissed Birdman, took his flow, messed with Trina, who was Birdman's old girl, said Wayne was 4 albums in and never seen a publishing check, asked Wayne why did he think everyone was leaving Cash Money, etc. For more, you gotta listen to the song, but yeah, Gillie went off. Remember, Gillie said this in like 2006, so nearly a decade later in 2015, we saw Wayne sue Cash Money for $51 million, and Gillie asks why has pretty much everybody that has been with Cash Money has sued them. Lil Ya and Tech 9 of the group UNLV was sue and settle out of court with Cash Money for unpaid royalties. Others like Manny Fresh, Juvenile, Turk, and some of the producers behind the Carter 3, etc., and the list goes on. I know Gillie and Birdman encountered each other at a club in 2018, and according to Gillie, nothing really happened. They hashed things out like men and nothing happened. No violence, no guns, none of that. So as of now, I don't think that Gillie and Birdman have real beef, especially since Gillie has said Birdman doesn't owe him a dime. Now, Wayne and Gillie, I'm not completely sure, especially since recently the rumors came back up, and even though it appears him and Birdman might be cool, like that whole Whack 100 podcast and them statements he has made as of recent makes me deeply question that. But as to my opinion of who won the beef, I mean, to be honest, I don't really think anyone quote unquote won this beef, but I do think that Warning Shot / Cannon was the best track to come out of the beef. Problem Solver is good, like, do not get me wrong. Wayne's last verse was really good, but Gillie was flat out wigging on Cannon, and a lot of that stuff that he said was either true or became true. Plus some of the stuff he said was hilarious. I can have the stank face one bar, and then the other bar I can literally be dying laughing. I wish everybody could come to an understanding and be cool again. But yeah, like, what do you guys think? Do you think Gillie wrote for Wayne at all? Let me know in the comment section below. Do you think Wayne at least took Gillie's flow? Let me know too. Like I said, the ghostwriting thing for Wayne specifically is a he said, she said thing to me. I don't know what proof I would need to fully confirm it by, but I do know Gillie did write some stuff for Cash Money. But for Wayne, like I said, is where the problem comes up. I told y'all I'm on the fence about the writing, but the flow argument, I can definitely see that. No debate for me there. I do know that a lot of mine and y'all favorite rappers do have writers though, whether y'all want to accept it or not. People say, oh well, like they don't have writing credits on the song or album, blah blah blah, but that's why they're called ghost writers. Stupid. Like they're supposed to be ghosts, alright? But if Gillie wrote or helped write The Carter, which came out in 2004 and was the start of when Wayne really started his true rise, then that's an interesting discussion to be had. Obviously Wayne didn't peak until maybe around, I would say, the Carter 3, Carter 4 era maybe, I don't know. But I love y'all, peace, and I told y'all the heat was coming this summer. This is only the beginning. Peace.